Are you looking for the best cameras for photography? In this video we will look at some of the best cameras for photography on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Sony Alpha 7 IV Camera. While it's very much in the hybrid photo, video camp, the Sony Alpha 7 IV is one of the best cameras for photography that we've tested. At this price point, you're getting a very well-built weather-sealed body, dual SD card slots with the option to use a CF Express card, in-body image stabilization, IBIS, and a high-resolution viewfinder. Beyond that, it features a fantastic backside illuminated full-frame sensor with a wide dynamic range and a 33-megapixel sensor. That's a bit more resolution than most of its peers at this level, giving you a touch more leeway to crop in your images. But the real reason this is our number one pick at this price point, any modern camera can capture amazing image quality, comes down to its wide selection of lenses. Sony's E-mount is one of the most established lens ecosystems among mirrorless cameras, with a wide range of both native and more affordable third-party options. That makes it incredibly versatile for almost any type of photography you want to do, whether it's portraits or landscapes. Another excellent option at this tier is the Canon EOS R6 Mark II. It has better ergonomics overall than the Sony, and it can shoot at faster burst rates, but it doesn't have as wide of a lens selection. Number 2. Sony Alpha 6700 Camera. The Sony Alpha 6700 is the best all-around mid-range camera we've tested for photographers. This hybrid model uses a 26-megapixel APS-C sensor and captures fantastic overall image quality. It's also relatively portable and has an excellent battery life, making it a good choice for long days on the go. The camera's autofocus system is also one of the most effective on the market, with AI-driven subject detection and tracking. On top of that, it has IBIS and a wide selection of compatible lenses, including plenty of more affordable third-party options. If you don't want to fiddle around with RAW files too much, consider the Fujifilm X-S20 instead. Fujifilm is known for its excellent JPEG processing and film simulation profiles, making it a good choice for those who prefer to share their images straight out of the camera. Like the 6700, it has a high-res APS-C sensor and IBIS to help you shoot handheld at slow or shutter speeds. However, its autofocus isn't as effective as the Sony's, so it's less suited to very fast subjects like sports or wildlife. Number 3. Canon EOS R10 Camera. If the Sony 6700 is out of your price range, the Canon EOS R10 is an entry-level model that packs a punch for its price. With a highly accessible user interface and great ergonomics, it's beginner-friendly and easy to use and features a highly accurate and effective autofocus system. On top of that, you get quick burst shooting, a good battery life, and some impressive video specs for an entry-level model, including 4K recording at up to 60 FPS, albeit with a crop, and 10-bit capture in its HDR-PQ mode, though it lacks advanced features like log profiles. The biggest downside of the R10 is that lens selection is still relatively limited for the RF mount. If you'd prefer a more established lens ecosystem, the Fujifilm X-S10 is another great choice at this price point. It's also one of the few entry-level models with in-body image stabilization. That said, its autofocus system is less reliable, and it may be harder to find new in stock. Number 4. Canon EOS Rebel SL3 Camera. The Canon EOS Rebel SL3/250D is one of the best cameras for photographers on a tight budget. It's a DSLR that's a bit older now, so it lacks some of the features found on newer mirrorless models, like better video features and more advanced autofocus tracking algorithms. Having said that, a DSLR is the perfect place to start for photography. It isn't as portable as most mirrorless alternatives, but the SL3 is Canon's most portable DSLR, and it has a much longer battery life than mirrorless counterparts. Plus, its sensor is still excellent and capable of capturing high-quality images, and the optical viewfinder gives you an unfiltered view of your subjects. Beyond that, Canon's Rebel series is compatible with FS and F lenses, of which there are plenty of great options, including many that offer a ton of value for their price. If you want the portability of a mirrorless camera, the budget-tier Canon EOS R50 is a good alternative to consider. It's more compact and has faster burst shooting options, but Canon's RF lens ecosystem is still being built out, so you'll have fewer lens options, making the SL3 a better value pick for photographers who are just starting out. Number 5. Ricoh GR3 Camera. Ricoh's compact series of GR cameras have long been a favorite among street photographers and enthusiasts, and the Ricoh GR3 is no exception. This is one of the best point-and-shoot options if you prioritize image quality and portability. Despite its pocketable size, it features a relatively large APS-C sensor and an IBIS system to help stabilize shots at slower shutter speeds. The camera's snap focus feature is great for zone focusing and capturing quick snapshots on the street. Plus, its built-in lens opens up to a relatively wide max aperture of f/2.8 and has a versatile 28mm full-frame equivalent focal length. If you prefer a narrower field of view, the Ricoh GR is identical to the GR3 in every way except that it uses a 40mm equivalent lens. That more standard field of view is versatile for different kinds of photography, though it isn't as wide for landscape photos. It's also worth noting that the batteries on these models are small, so you'll probably need to invest in spare batteries or a power bank for longer shooting days. But that's fairly typical for compact point-and-shoots. Ultimately, if you need a photography-oriented compact camera for high-quality street or travel photography, you can't go wrong with a GR3.